In this video, I'm going to teach you 3 smart, maybe genius, client retention tactics to help you reduce your churn rates, keep clients around for longer. All right. So let me start off with this stat. And it is the probability of selling to an existing customer is 60 to 70% on average, while the probability of selling to a new prospect, someone who's just come in, they are cold, maybe a little warm, maybe they've heard of you in the past, probability of selling to that customer, 5 to 20%. So about as low as 1/3 of the chance of actually closing it, and as high as something like 1 in 16 approximately. That's according to Invesp. And in case you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder and CEO of AutoGrow.co, as you now already know, or may not already know, but now you know. So at AutoGrow, we offer a productized service, and it's a subscription. So whether you're selling a productized service, or you are a SaaS business, or just in general, you're selling services, like maybe you're an agency, for example. A lot of our clients are actually agencies. It's really tempting, especially if you're a smaller agency. You're just constantly like looking for business, because you want to avoid that feast or famine type of cycle. But something that I had to learn the hard way when we started out years ago as a web design agency was that it's a lot easier to just try to keep the current clients that you have. And there are a lot of easy ways that you can do that. So for example, like if you are a web design agency, you can offer other services. You can expand your offerings. And that's a big reason why agencies love working with us, is because let's say you want to offer funnels, or maybe a client asks for something. Hey, can you also design my website? Or can you also build a sales funnel and drive targeted traffic into it from like Facebook ads, for example. It's like, well, actually, we just do the design. We're not so much about the over here or the this or the that. So with AutoGrow, that's where we come in. That's where we help our clients who are agencies with that sort of stuff. So from an agency's perspective, that helps with retention. Okay. Now, as far as AutoGrow as a business, though, in terms of us retaining our own clients, this is something that we have learned a lot about and continue to learn a lot about in the last 12 months, because it is expensive to acquire each new client. But if we earn a client's loyalty, where they just love, in many cases, that's what we do, is we get lots of compliments and testimonials, and we feature them on our website. But so getting it to that point is really, really important. And so we've really tried to think strategically about, okay, how do we engineer just a great experience where the churn rate is just going to be progressively lower and lower and lower? Because ultimately, usually at some point, for some reason, people are going to cancel. Oh, I don't have a lot of projects now. Oh, something happened with the business, or whatever the case is. Or, oh, I needed this thing over here, and it seems like, you couldn't do that, so I'm going to have to go in a different direction or whatever. But in our case, that's what we've been learning. And the way that we have worked with our clients to reduce churn rate is to just constantly just love on them, be very transparent about where things are at. And whenever they request something that maybe we don't necessarily have like a project template for, we will learn it. Like we will, if they have a tool, like a big reason why clients love to sign up with AutoGrow is because whatever your tech stack is, like, oh, I use Woohoo for forms, and I use Lead Pages for landing pages, and I use ActiveCampaign or Entreport or whatever for my CRM. and Zapier to connect together a bunch of other random things. We can work with all of that. So whatever your tech stack is, we can work with it. And if it's a tool that we're not familiar with, then we can learn it, and we can still integrate. And so that's been one of our strategies that have been going really well. It's just, we just work harder. So there you go. So I guess that would be a bonus tactic for you. But let's get right into the list here with the 3 official tactics that I wanted to and plan to share with you today in this video. So tactic number 1 is avoid or watch out for certain phrases in terms of your communications with clients that can have a negative impact on the relationship. Okay, so here's a few that you should avoid, because simply saying the wrong thing at a sensitive moment, clients have like a radar for this type of thing, because hey, they're paying money, so you've got to give them a great experience, and it starts with the words that you use, how you communicate. All right, the substance of what you deliver is probably the reason whether they're communicating or not. Right? So for example, avoid these types of phrases. Give me a second to look into that. You could maybe make an argument that's kind of more neutral because it's not that bad, because you probably heard it so many times. But there's a better phrase that you want to use coming up, which I'll show you under tactic number 2. So keep that in the back of your mind for a second. Here's another one. Unfortunately, no. You ideally want to steer clear of just telling clients no. Like, no, we don't do that. No. Because keep in mind, especially when you're communicating through text, people are going to create their own story. Like, no, I'm paying you money and you just told me no. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to reevaluate this relationship. Here's another one that I tell our team, and I think our team has disagreed with me on this. Maybe you might too. But when you hear it and when you hear my explanation, I think that you might change your mind about it. It is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So according to Entrepreneur Magazine, to back up my position on this one, saying you're sorry all the time diminishes your credibility. Clients don't want sorries. They want solutions. And that's what I tell our team. I say, if for whatever reason we make a mistake, and this is also one of the benefits of Autogrow, is that we give unlimited revisions to our clients, whether it's design or copy. So that's already baked into that. So, we never have to even be tempted to say I'm sorry, because it's like, well, if it wasn't perfect, we can tweak it and we'll get it perfect for you. So anyway, but some team members come in with just this habit of saying like, oh, I'm sorry for everything. And it's a pet peeve of mine. And so we have to train our team members, like, don't do that, because clients want solutions, not sorries. Now, I was using Lead Pages, and their customer service is actually really, really good. And Lead Pages is a subscription. And I was talking in the chat while I was trying to figure out how to do this thing, and it was just complicated. And I kind of just hated how they had it designed to be part of their platform, because it was very clunky. And I was talking to the person and complaining about this thing. And at one point, I think in the beginning, she said, sorry. I didn't mind it so much because I think it was the first time they ever said it. So you just want to, like, if it's really, really important, that I would say sorry, like when it is, or just if the key thing is that you take ownership because whatever, you screwed up, or someone or something, the product screwed up, and say my fault, my mistake, our mistake. You can take ownership of it. Like, that's fine. But sorry can be emotional. It can absorb, it can suck all the energy towards it. And you don't want that. You want to move the situation forward. Because if you made a mistake, it's like what the customer cares about, fix it. Did you fix it for me? Did you make it better? Did you take my feedback into account? Did you hear me? Like, so empathizing is more so like what we teach our team, like empathize. Thank you so much for your note. I see that you're saying blah, 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 blah. All right, great. So here's what we can do. Blah, 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 blah. Solution. Okay. Here's another phrase. I don't see your account information in our database. There's nothing more frustrating than reaching out for help only to be met with disorganization, according to HubSpot. So yeah, just don't say that. Now let's move on to tactic number 2. These are words and phrases that you should use when communicating with clients to help you improve their experience, and therefore have a nice incremental increase on the client retention rate and client lifetime value, or customer lifetime value, depending on what you're selling. Quote, I want to check that we're both on the same page. Okay. I want to check, let's try to get on the same page here. So I want to check on this. Okay. What's good about that is, you're looking for agreement. Okay. It's a neutral statement, and same page is, it's a common phrase, but could be visual. You could picture a sheet of white paper. Here's another one. What I'm hearing is issue. Is that correct? So this is a very common psychology technique where it's similar to it, where just basically we're repeating back what the person said to you to show that you heard them. People want to be understood. It's a basic human need. Here's another one. Would you mind giving me a minute to double check your account? Which is much more positive than give me 1 second to look into that. As I said before, keep that in the back of your mind, remember? So give me 1 second is about you. You need time. Give me 1 second. Someone just sitting there, the customer just sitting there tapping their foot. You're like, all right. But asking for permission, that's a bit better. Here's another one. I want to double check with my team before giving you an answer so I don't waste your time. When's a good time for us to schedule a follow-up call? So you can schedule a follow-up call, or you can ask for a minute to double check. Say you're in the middle of a consultation. Okay, fire off a message to another team member, and then you get back right maybe within the call, or you say I'm going to follow up via email. Because calls, they can be cumbersome to schedule, and if it's a sales situation, person might not want to show up just to get that information, depending on what it is. And finally, because, the word because. In 2012, psychologist Ellen Langer conducted a study where an experimenter made a request to strangers using one of 3 different lines. The second 2 lines include the word because, explaining why the request was made. The first line, without because, only had a success rate of 60%. The second and third, both using the word because, had success rates of 93 and 94%. Wow. So that's about more than a 50% increase just by using the word because, meaning, and it didn't matter, I'm familiar with this experiment, it didn't matter what the reason was that was given, which is even more interesting. It's just that there was a reason. So that was the principle that was at work there. Give a reason. Say because. Tactic number 3, answer your client's questions in real time. Okay? So in other words, when clients are chatting with you, communicating with you, they want answers as quickly as possible. They want the information. And the sooner that they can get that, the better experience that they're going to have, the more likely they're going to stay with you. Okay? 53% of customers have switched, according to HubSpot, 53% of customers have switched companies because they felt unappreciated. Okay? People can feel that if you're not quickly or ideally in real time answering their questions. And too often, companies don't implement customer feedback or respond to complaints in a timely manner. All right? Companies don't implement customer feedback or respond to complaints in a timely manner. Again, according to HubSpot. So A big part of client retention is really just communicating well, using the best possible neutral, positive, not saying I'm sorry, solutions, not sorry, in terms of your communication and phrasing. And then also, if there's a complaint or if there's an important question that comes up, be on top of it and get back to clients as soon as possible. So that's it for this video on how to reduce churn rates by just primarily better communication, especially if you're selling services, all right? And staying on top of it. It's really underestimated. I mean, so for example, I'll just kind of finish on this point. AutoGrow was with, actually we're still a customer of them, of Remu Hosting. They're based in the Netherlands, I think. Someone recommended them to me. They sell like, VPS servers, a little more, something a little more sophisticated than GoDaddy, but I think GoDaddy actually does VPS now too. Anyway, part of the reason I always stayed with them was they weren't, they were selling a commodity, web hosting, FTP, this sort of thing. Host some websites, some client websites back in the day, hosted our website, had access to the server, blah, 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 set up a database, this type of thing. It's all good. I stayed with them it's been over 10 years now. Over 10 years. One hosting company. And why is that? Their service, their communication was great. They got back to me, so their email, they had an email ticketing system. But they always got back to me, no matter what time of day it was, within an hour. And they would go into the code. They would help me troubleshoot whatever it was. They would, if it was, some sort of spam bot or whatever, they would diagnose the problem, check, they would go above and beyond, and back then I didn't know as much about coding as I do now, or servers. And so they were a huge help, and I stayed with them, and we're actually still with them, although not for our main server, but we still have one server with them. So communication, service, big part of client retention. But if you want 4 additional, actually much more than 4, I'm looking at it now, 17 total. So 17 minus 3 is 14. If you want 14 additional, don't do math live, kids. If you want 14 additional smart, potentially genius tactics for how to improve your client retention rates, then if you're watching this on YouTube, I encourage you to click the button in the description. It's right below that like button, which you can tap on the way down. Don't injure it. Don't smash it. Just tap that like button. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you communicating to me that you appreciate these videos by tapping that like button. And go read that full article if you want 14 additional tactics for how to retain your clients and decrease your churn rates. Okay. Also, love to hear from you guys. Comments are appreciated. Subscribe. Hit that red subscribe button if you want to get more videos like this. We're putting them out on a very regular basis, 4 times per week at the moment. Okay, maybe we'll increase it to 7. We'll see. In either case, to finish, if you like this video, if you like this content, and if you want to take work off of your plate in terms of, if you believe in the power of these tactics and you want to decrease your client, your customer churn rate, but maybe you got too much work on your plate, a lot of which is digital marketing and scaling your digital marketing, whether for your company or for your clients, then check out my company. It's called autogrow.co. And with AutoGrow, you can delegate all your digital marketing tasks without the headaches of hiring. And it's basically like project management software, but with proven pros, copywriters, designers, developers, strategists, apps managers, and more already inside, waiting to receive the requests that you'll send in, and we'll just get them done. We'll make them real. The way that works is you pick your package, you log in. The pricing packages are just a flat, fixed monthly fee, and you can choose your package based on how much work you want to get done. So how fast do you actually want to go? And So we have, for example, the walk, run, drive, or fly package. It's pretty great. So anyway, you will log in, input whatever you want us to get done for you. We have a library of project templates, or you can create something custom. Hey, I want to set up some Facebook ads, a landing page, an entire funnel. I want you to redesign an entire website. I want you to take my CRM, hook it up through Zapier to this, to that, to a spreadsheet. Anything you can imagine we can do in terms of digital marketing tasks and projects. And we can integrate with whatever tech stack you have. And you click the button after you add the notes to it, make it real. You sit back, relax, and watch as we get it done for you. Just watch the progress bar in real time move from 0 to 100%. And if you have any questions, we have integrated real-time chat, so you can chat with us during normal business hours, and we're there, and we're able to reply to you quick, and we're going to work really hard to keep your business, because we care about retaining you as our client for the long term, because it's a great service. It's very, very valuable, and you never have to hire again when you sign up for AutoGrow, because we'll just get all your digital marketing tasks and projects done. All right, so check it out at autogrow.co, and we have a special going on right now. It's $7 for 7 days. It's a $7 for 7-day trial, and we just made it super easy to try us out, and I encourage you to take advantage of that, because we have that going on right now. There's also a demo if you want to get more information, or you can also book a call. Once again, it's autogrow.co. Now, as always, it's the end of this video, so I just want to wish you a great rest of your day. Keep auto growing and stay focused. I'll see you soon.